Today I'm going to be talking about grains, specifically whole grains versus refined grains. So grains are the seeds of plants, and whole grains are made up of three different components. That's bran, the endosperm, and the germ. The bran is the outer layer of the seed. It contains B vitamins, fiber, minerals, and phytochemicals. Endosperm is like the kernel or the bulk of the seed, and it contains complex carbohydrates, protein, and B vitamins. Lastly, there's the germ, which produces the sprout. It's full of B vitamins, E vitamins, phytochemicals, and antioxidants. So as you can tell from the description of each component of the grain, that's a lot of nutrients. So that's a whole grain. On the other end of the spectrum, a refined grain just contains the endosperm. So you're losing a lot of those nutrients. Some studies say up to 80% of the nutrients are lost when you refine a grain because you're taking out those other two components. Some examples of whole grains would be whole wheat bread. I'll come back to that one in just a minute. Whole brown rice, wild rice, oats, popcorn, quinoa, barley, the list goes on. For refined grains, that would be like white bread, white rice, refined cornmeal. Most processed food contains refined grains in some form. So as I said before, whole grains contain all three of those different components, and there's a lot of nutrients involved in all three of those. So we have the micronutrients, there's the macros with protein, complex carbohydrates. There's just so many nutrients in whole grains, which is why they're amazing for our body. You may have heard before, whole grains are great for your heart, helps to lower blood pressure, cholesterol, helps prevent diabetes and weight gain. Consuming fiber or complex carbohydrates helps keep you full, so you're usually consuming less calories, which helps maintain weight. Refined grains, on the other hand, don't provide all of those benefits. They're usually considered more of like empty calories because you're not getting very much from them. Like I said before, you're stripping out about 80% of the nutrients and you're not left with much good, like white rice isn't doing a whole lot of great things for your body. And it also contributes to weight gain, so there's not nearly as much fiber in refined grains, which isn't keeping you full, so you're consuming more calories. Sometimes when I tell people I'm having like a sandwich or pasta or something like that, they look at me like, what, you can't have that, you're healthy, you can't have pasta. Definitely can. So I get whole grain pasta, and it contains all of those nutrients. It's great for your health. So I would occasionally I'll have something refined. That's not my go-to by any means. Usually like throughout the week I keep very clean. I would have whole grain bread or whole grain pasta. So when you're at the grocery store and you're trying to figure out if you're getting a whole grain product or not, one way to tell is it'll have whole in front of wheat. So if you look and you see an ingredient on the pasta or the bread says wheat flour, that sounds promising, but it's actually not a whole wheat. So say you look at a different label and it says 100% whole wheat, then you know that you're getting that whole, like all three parts of the grain. So you want to be looking for the word whole. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of disappointing looking at nutrition labels because there's so many products that are refined grains. So you'll see like white wheat, 100% refined grain, whatever it might be, that is not whole wheat. I primarily eat whole grains, but occasionally I'll have something that's made from refined grains. I'd say that's maybe 15 to 20% of what I eat, not a whole lot, because I want to provide lots of nutrition for my body, all the healthy fiber. Obviously, I want to maintain a healthy physique, so I don't want to add in all those refined carbohydrates. So just to recap, if whole grains has not been something you've been looking for as far as like what foods to consume in the past, it should definitely be on your radar. There's so many health benefits from, preventing and fighting all these diseases to nourishing the body. Also, because of the fiber, it helps keep you fuller. If you're looking to cook more with whole grains, make sure to check out my cookbook. I have it linked below. I add new plant-based recipes each and every week. Recipes are filled with whole grains, fruits, veggies, legumes, all those wonderful plants. Also, make sure to add a comment below if there's a nutrition topic you'd like me to talk about next.